was on the train, and I remember approaching Rome, and it was unbelievable. It was about mid of May, and I remember on the outskirts of Rome, green grass and a lot of bright red poppies, the
cool.
flowers.
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable picture. It was so gorgeous. I will never forget it.
Nice.
And once we got to our final, the train station, Uncle Yuri, your father's brother, uncle, was waiting for us there.
And then, what do you remember about Rome? Do you remember the apartment? Do you remember getting there? First impressions?
I remember getting there, like so the first few impressions in Rome was like I remember either meeting friends or making friends that were traveling with us. Like Isa, and there was a few.
Yonya, grandmother. Right?
Yeah, did we know them from before? Or we met them on the trip?
No, this was how
we met them there, right? So that's the first time I remember we kind of met a few like people.
Right.
Got some more friends that were traveling with us, so it was a little more festive, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the first apartment in Rome. For some reason, I remember like a big room with like a bed in the middle of the room, and I remember Marianne taking her first steps in that room because she had just turned 1, right, when we got to Rome.
Yeah.
She turned 1, I guess, maybe the day we got there, or
She's.
I remember, I remember the balcony and being like about a block off the beach, and it was a pretty sweet deal. It was like good in the summer month. It was like May, June.
We had 2 small rooms.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I remember like it was like a small little section where we all kind of gathered and kind of sold stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, they're all memories. Almost, it was kind of like a vacation. We were across the. We were just waiting, right? We were just waiting for the paperwork to go through, and I'm sure it was really hectic and nerve-wracking
for the adults,
my parents and your parents, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it was just kind of.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we did every day. I don't know if we went to the beach every day or.
Yeah, we did. Not every day because sometimes we could, but we used to go once in a while to the beach because it was right on the corner from us. We sit on the sand. And,
I think one thing I remember specifically your dad trying to figure out what pizza was.
Yeah.
And I remember him staying there and trying to explain. He's like, again, in Russian, he's like, at the Platsinda. The Platsinda Sito.
That's how
he would say it.
And I remember like trying to. The one thing like I'm really into food now, right? Now I went to Italy for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And the food is incredible. It's like indescribable. But from then, I really don't remember like foods standing out. Like we obviously didn't eat out.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about Rome because Nathan just mentioned it, but my mom said that Babushka had to have surgery.
Yes,
or something.
in Rome.
Why?
Right. She had problem with her digestive system, and she did not do anything while she was in Russia. So they had performed the surgery in Rome. It was not digestive. It was what do you have to have now? Surgery. You have to go through surgery now. It's
was it a hernia?
Hernia. She had a stomach hernia.
Okay.
My mother didn't feel good. She didn't feel good. She ended up in a hospital in Rome, and she had hernia surgery.
Really?
It was quite a complicated surgery. So I remember she was there for quite a while. So I remember going to Rome every day and sitting with her in the hospital. And sitting, and I remember it was really cute because she had the surgery, and I would go and sit next to her bed, and the nurses, whoever came to take care of her, they would see me and they would say "Bambina, Bambina" because I was expecting a baby. So they would bring me some juice or a little treat. So we were like really impressed because Italian people really like babies.
Yeah.
Because I always was getting like a special treatment.
Yeah.
And then also interesting in Ostia, Lida, it was like a main post office, a building. It was a round building in the center of the town. It's a small town.
Yeah.
So it was customary every evening, all the Russian Jewish immigrants, from Soviet Union would get together at the post office. Well, we wanted to see if we got some mail, and maybe some people were trying to make phone calls.
Yeah.
But it also was a place to get together and exchange news.
Yeah.
News from everywhere. News from Soviet Union, from Israel, from United States.
Yeah.
Lots of rumors were flying around, but people were talking. Everybody was talking, and like a hangout place.
Yeah.
And, was a highlight of the day. Pretty much
Pretty
We went
much
there
every
every
day.
evening.
Well, you check mail, you check for mail, and then you
Yeah.
just hang out there and talk to them.
So, and I remember because, you know, I was pregnant, there were some other ladies, young women who were pregnant, and they were all saying to me, oh, you know, they're not going to let you go, like they won't let you leave United States because you're like so close to deliver a baby.
Yeah.
And so they will make you to deliver here and then keep you for another 6 months or whatever.
And your baby will be Italian.
And I was very nervous about it because I was only 23 years old, and you know, I didn't want to stay there like with Alex. He's young, I'm young, our first child, you know, in a strange country. And I thought, oh my goodness, you know, my mother, my older sister will leave,
Right.
and they're gonna, you know, keep me behind. So one of the ladies, I remember, she said to me at the post office, she said, just lie. Tell them that you're not, because I was basically
Like
very close.
7, 8 months.
Yeah.
I think they won't let you fly after 7 months.
Right.
So they said, well, just tell them that you're like 6.5 months pregnant. And I'm like, okay. I was so innocent. So I remember when I went to the doctor, and it was quite an experience by itself because I had a doctor, nurse, Italian, then it was a translator, Italian to English, and then another translator, English to Russian. So that was a group of people around me.
Yeah.
And I was telling them that when they were trying to, during exam, they saying, oh, she's 8 months pregnant or 8.5 months pregnant. And when they were translating it to me, I said, no, I'm only 6.5. And they were looking at each other, and I remember saying, I'm just very fat. We were so excited. I mean, it was just, the whole thing was...
Yeah, you were finally getting to the United States.
That whole trip was like an overdrive.
Pure excitement.
Yeah,
Just getting-
you're running on adrenaline.
Just leaving Soviet Union, crossing that border.
Yeah.
It's like, if you can imagine, like when you were a kid, the first time your parents let you go somewhere on your own.
Yeah.
You got out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this was the feeling.
Pure,
We got out.
Yeah.
Because
Pure
so many
excitement.
people couldn't.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah, we felt very lucky and very.
It was just.
It was, yes, it was scary, but at the same time it was exciting. We were young, so we had
Yeah,
a
you
lot
guys
of
were young.
expectations. You know, so.
We thought no matter what happens to us, we get a chance to see the world.
Yeah.
Because you could not leave Russia. You couldn't. Well, people don't understand it. You couldn't book a ticket when you lived in Soviet Union. You couldn't book a ticket to go to Rome or go to Bucharest or go anywhere outside Soviet Union.